Hello, and I'd like to welcome you all once again to the old schoolhouse here in the village of Potterstone in Perthshire in Scotland for this, our 17th live concert. And for those of you who've just joined, I do this every night because new people are joining all the time. We're actually in the old village school. The Potterstone's a wee village of about 10 houses, and it's where I grew up, and this was the wee village school that was the school for all the rural kids around here. And I went to school here, and my dad went to school here in the 1930s. And then about 30 years ago, I was very lucky to be able to buy it and turn it into a recording studio, and it's part of our studio. And I live here now, and brought my... So I made all my records in this room, and it's great to be broadcasting from this place to all you guys all around the planet. I try and do this like a little concert, so I've got chairs set out, but there's nobody sitting in them, but it helps me a wee bit to kind of... And I've been trying not to repeat myself. I've got quite a catalogue of songs I've written over the years, and I'm trying not to repeat myself. But as we get to the 17th show, it gets harder and harder, and remembering the words and the guitar parts is becoming a wee bit of a challenge. Anyway, I thought I would start off with this song, which I wrote for my great-great-grandmother. And I always, when I was growing up, we always knew that the MacLean side of the family came from the island of Mull, but didn't really know where. And eventually I did my family tree, and I tracked them down to a place called Kilbrennan on the west side of the island. And I also discovered that my great-grandfather, Duncan, he was illegitimate, and but he knew who his father was because in his wedding certificate he calls his father Archibald MacLean. But anyway, and he left the island in his early 20s, I think, to come to the mainland and become a shepherd. And he left, the Anne Mingus, who was his mother, and so then I was doing a bit more research, and then eventually it looked like he never went back to the island, and then I discovered in the census of it, I think it was 1890 or something, that she was an old lady, and she was described as a pauper living on the west coast. And I got angry with my great-great-grandfather. I was going, why did he, And so I wrote this song, and for my great-great-grandmother. And then some months after that, I discovered, just by accident, this old lady had died down in Alloa, and it was my great-great-grandmother. So my great-grandfather had actually got the old lady over from... I was going, you never went back and saw your mother, but he'd eventually got her back to Alloa. So I feel really bad about writing this song, but anyway, we'll try and see if we go on. And I felt kind of, I wanted to go back and tell her that, because it must have been terrible to have an illegitimate child at that time in the west coast of Mull, and to kind of ridicule and that. And but when Duncan came to the mainland, he had children, and then they all became doctors and lawyers and engineers and folk singers. So I wanted to go back and tell her that it had worked out fine, but that's what the song's about. So we'll try it and see how we go on. Wish that you could see us. Oh, it would cheer your weary heart. Oh, look what's been done. We've torn the whole damn thing apart. And I wish that we could tell you you didn't have to be so sad. Well, look what's become of the tragic life you had, and now it's all eternally you, and it's all didn't want to leave you. Oh, but a young man must be brave. Oh, and people will talk, they would rather sin than save. But oh, you little bright one, he has made his way alone. Oh, the seed of your heart into a forest grown, and it's all eternally you, and it's all eternally you. Stand on the shore, smother the pain, you can do nothing more. Tears in your eyes are washed by the rain. What was the sacrifice for? So final in acceptance in Kilbrennan's sunset night. Woman dreams, and she would rather feel than fight. And I wish that you could see us, oh, it would cheer your weary heart. Look what's been done, we've torn the whole damn thing apart. Now it's all eternally you, and it's all eternally you, and now it's all eternally you, and it's all eternally, all eternally, it's all eternally. Thank you very much, and that's my wee song about my great-great-grandmother, and my apologies to my great-grandfather, because he wasn't as bad as I sort of made him out to be. Anyway, I'll continue with this song, and I'm just going to move. I've got to change guitars. And I spend a lot of time up on the west coast of the island of Lewis, and I've been going up there for the last 30 years. And I wrote this song, actually, after kind of hanging out with all the old crofter guys, you know, because my grandfather was a shepherd, and my dad started off working. My dad worked on the land. I know about these sort of things, so I would help them out with the sheep and stuff and that. You're just kind of catching sheep and things that when they were shearing them and that. And I got to know a lot of the older men, and this would be 30 years ago, and I was very privileged to be able to go out to one of the islands where they put the sheep out on the islands over the winter, and then in the spring they would go out and take the sheep back, shear the sheep, and then take the sheep back to the mainland. And I think it was the last year that I did it, where they still used the big wide-beamed wooden clinker boats for ferrying the sheep back in. Maybe they would fill a big boat with maybe 50 sheep, and then with a wee 2-horsepower Seagull engine head back to the mainland. And I just found that the whole thing just very moving, and I had a boat at the time. I remember going out in my boat, and there was quite a wind on the island, and it took me about 20 minutes to get the boat tied up, you know, the wind, but you know what I mean, and get it sort of sitting off the shore, off the rocks, you know. Took me about 20 minutes. And then these two old guys come in this great big old wooden boat with a 2 horsepower Seagull engine, kind of. And one jumped off the front with a rope, and the other one threw a rope there. And then within about 4 minutes, they had this wooden boat sitting beautifully facing the wind with 2 ropes holding it off the shore. And, you know, I mean, it was just an incredible kind of knowledge that I loved it. And it was all, they were all sort of Gaelic speakers. And so I wrote this song for them because it was like being 100. They were using these same boats 100 years ago, you know, and it was just a lovely kind of sense of place and time and so we're trying to see how we go on. It's forward together, we share the beam of weathered oak. Father to father, we lean on every word they spoke. Listen how the wind is due to change. Listen how the tide it turns again. They're following another time, following another time. It's beautiful old, and these ties cannot hold it. They're following another time, following another time. It's beautiful old, and these ties cannot hold. Cut the long grass, they cut to save the summer sun. We take the long glass, we drink till we will be as one, waiting for the gentle seasons fall. Waiting, so much waiting for it all. They're following another time, they're following another time. It's beautiful old, and these ties cannot hold it. They're following another time, they're following another time. It's beautiful old, and these ties cannot hold. Stand so silent to watch across the endless sea, so calm, so violent. Is this the dawning truth I see? Listen how the winds are due to change. Listen how the tide turns again. They're following another time, they're following another time. It's beautiful old, and these ties cannot hold it. They're following another time, they're following another time. It's beautiful old, and these ties cannot hold it. You can try singing it with me, on. Following another time, they're following another time. It's beautiful old, and these ties cannot hold it. They're following another time, they're following another time. It's beautiful old, and these ties cannot hold it. And that's my wee song about the old boys in the big wooden boats bringing the sheep back from island of Vua. And I was very privileged, and that was the kind of last year that they used the big wooden boats. And after that, they've got kind of big, more modern type boats, and much safer. Because I went back with one of them, and it was pretty hairy because there was 50 sheep in this old wooden boat, and quite a wind getting up, and there was about that much water between the edge of the boat and the just that much boat above the water, and I'm going, I can't believe this. I'm going to drown with 50 sheep, in the Hebrides. Anyway, this is the wee song now where I get you to sing, and I'm starting to run out of chorus songs, which is I've got plenty of chorus songs, but obvious songs to sing, and I haven't done this one for years. In fact, I can't remember the last time I ever sung this song, but it's I spent a lot of time in Australia, and so many Scots emigrated out to Australia, and I did a wee song, I think in show number, I can't remember now, number 7 or something, about a town called MacLean, where and I've got the wrong guitar. That's okay, but we'll just... Anyway, so many Scots emigrated out there, and this wee song is about that. I wrote that when I was out there. And I've got a real problem. I use lots of different guitar tunings, or maybe even just a subtle little tuning, but it can be a pain trying to retune them when you're trying to do a wee show. So I like to have the guitars already tuned in their place. So we're going to try this, and what you sing is you sing, I'm leaving, yes I'm leaving, all fortune's sweet pleasures to find. I'm sailing out to Australia. It's actually a bit more like, I'm leaving, yes I'm leaving, all fortune's sweet pleasures to find. I'm sailing out to Australia. It's a kind of Australia. Okay, I'm sailing out to Australia. So. Okay, Mr. Tatty Face, you ready for this one? This is my backing band. Most of you will know now why they're here. Now that the storm has broken, now that the winds blow cold, there's nothing here but hunger and fear to make a man grow old. Now as our reasons are fading, now as the walls tumble down, but for nothing to hide but hunger and pride would make a man look round. But I'm leaving, yes I'm leaving, all fortune's sweet pleasures to find. I'm sailing out to Australia. That's the chorus. You want to sing it with me? Here we go. And I'm leaving, yes I'm leaving, all fortune's sweet pleasures to find. I'm sailing out to Australia. I think one more time and we'll have it nailed. It's got that kind of feeling. Yes, I'm leaving, yes, I'm leaving, all fortune's sweet pleasures to I'm sailing out to Australia. And now that our dreams are illusions, now that our future has gone, we've nothing more to hold or lay o'er to help a man hold on. And now that our hearts lie so heavy, now as our heads hang so low, there's nothing here to catch or come clear to help a man say no. So I'm leaving, yes I'm leaving, all fortune, sweet pleasures to find. I'm sailing out to Australia. I'll try that on, this is where you sing it on your own. Here we go. And I'm leaving, yes I'm leaving, all fortune, sweet pleasures to I think we'll do that again. Actually, that's I'm getting a vibe that's sounding good. So we could try it again. And those of you who can sing a wee bit of a harmony, can have a wee go a harmony or something. We'll try. Here we go. And I'm leaving, yes I'm leaving, all fortune, sweet pleasures to find. I'm sailing out to Australia. They say it's warm and it's pleasing out in the New South Wales sun. Reach out, catch some hand, and reach out your hand and catch that new world dream. And they say there's gold and there's silver. They say a man can come clean. Just take out some land and reach out his hand and touch that new world dream. Here we go. So I'm leaving, yes I'm leaving, all fortune, sweet pleasures to find. I'm sailing out to Australia. And we'll do it one more time, one last time. Noise. Yes, I'm leaving, yes, I'm leaving, all fortune, sweet pleasures to find. I'm sailing out to Australia. Thank you very much. Good singing, folks. I'm getting that vibe here in the village. I had a wee senior moment in that song. I don't know if you noticed, where I had to repeat a couple of lines, but that's not bad for 17 shows now. But it definitely was a wee senior moment. I'm going to finish now with this wee song, and this was. This is a wee song that I made for a thing called the Caledonia Cantata that I did with a string section and some fantastic musicians, and it was just a wee kind of ending song. And so I'm going to have a wee go at it now. It's not a song that I did very much, and I'm going to use this lovely guitar. This is made by Tarn Guitars in Fife. This is the same maker that made my little tenor guitar. Those of you who've been watching the shows and seen but he makes these beautiful, beautiful guitars. And so we'll try it and see how we go on. It's called Only Love. Old hearts endure, now and forevermore, standing at their castle door, they watch the times roll by, and old hearts stand tall, tower over it all, standing at their castle wall, they watch the days roll by. Love, there is only love, no matter what fools might say. Love comes and takes our breath away. Old stories told, oh, to have and to hold, and as the destiny unfolds, we watch the time roll by, and all hearts transcend, oh, and brave souls defend, strong and sturdy to the end, they watch the time roll by. Love, there's only love, no matter what fools might say. Love comes and takes our breath away. old hearts endure, now and forevermore, standing at their castle door, they watch the days roll by, and old hearts stand tall, tower over it all, standing at their castle wall, they watch the days roll by. Love, there is only love, no matter what fools might say. Love comes and takes our breath away. You sing it with me, go. Love, there is only love, no matter what fools might say. Love comes and takes our breath away. And thank you very much. And that's my wee song, Only Love, bringing it to an end this Wednesday night wee live broadcast from the Old Schoolhouse here in Barton. It's been a beautiful day, actually, outside. The sun's been real windy. And in fact, poor Duncan, tatty face, had a wee accident. The wind caught him and flung him against the shed. And if you think he was looking a bit tough before, now with his bruise on his nose, he's he's looking really interesting. Anyway, you'll see it. I'll show you later on. But anyway, that brings me to the end of this wee show. And thank you very much for watching. We've got people who are watching from all over the world, and it's great. And I mean, this has been a month now. Jenny and I have been sort of. I have to thank Jenny for pressing all the buttons, and our Jamie and Julia and Tanya and Taj, who are and Callum and Lewis, who are out in their own isolation, monitoring things for us, so that to make sure it works all right. Anyway, I hope you got that okay, and thanks for joining us. But we've got people from all over the world, and it's quite incredible, and it fair cheers me up. So I'll say good night. Also, at this point, I also like to thank all the people that are out there, all the NHS staff and the care workers and the truck drivers, the shopkeepers, the bin men, the wee delivery guys, our postie who's been brilliant, and our wee post office in Dunkeld who takes parcels from us, and just there's all kinds of people who have just making the wheels of our lives continue, and so thank you very, very much for all that, you know, and so this is what I try and do in return to kind of cheer you all up, and so I'll leave you with this. Good, you'll be happy to know that the bottle of port, that 1985 bottle of port that my friend Nigel gave me was finished, but yesterday Nigel appeared at my door with a brand new 1985 bottle of port. Yeah, outside the fence. I mean, so, he left it in the car park, and I had to go out there with the kind of gloves and the Dettol and everything, and clean the bottle up before I could go anywhere near it. But anyway, I've got one again, another one. Graham's it is this time. It's very nice. So I'll leave you with this. Thank you very much. You all take care of yourselves, look after each other, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye bye now. Eich